What happens when hospitality thinking moves beyond hotels and shows up in offices, schools, hospitals, and even corporate headquarters? In this episode of Check-In with Bryan, I'm joined by Jill Szmanda from Forward Tilt, who's helping companies design spaces people actually want to be in. We talk about what makes spaces feel welcoming, the biggest design mistakes owners make, why color and personality are back, and how small details, lighting, scent, art, furniture shape the entire experience. If you're building, renovating, or reimagining any space and want it to feel intentional, functional, and a whole lot more human, this episode is for you. Let's check in. This episode is brought to you by Reliance Hospitality Global, where hospitality meets strategy. Whether you're developing your next hotel, need help navigating operations, or you're looking to increase profitability through our expert consulting and business process outsourcing services, Reliance has you covered. From boutique independents to full-service brands, we help owners, investors, and partners unlock value at every stage. Visit RelianceHospitality.com to learn more, and let's build something remarkable together. Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of the Check-In with Bryan. I'm your host, Bryan Fish, and this week I am joined by someone that I've gotten to know very recently, maybe a little bit more than recently, 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was a great time at an event that we were at, and I knew that we were going to become fast friends, and through a matter of circumstances, she became a very fast guest on the podcast. So we're happy that she's here today. Jill Szmanda is the Director of Sales at Forward Tilt, a Scottsdale-based full-service workspace design and commercial furniture firm with an extensive background in consultative sales. That's a very big word. And workplace solutions. Jill has spent her career helping clients bridge the gap between design vision and operational reality, ensuring that what looks great on paper actually works in practice. Before joining Forward Tilt, she held senior roles in furniture consulting, where she guided major corporate clients through planning, specification, and installation. Known for her collaborative and solution-driven approach, Jill is passionate about creating environments that balance aesthetics, functionality, and the human experience, making her a trusted voice on the do's and don'ts of designing impactful real-world spaces.
Oh, Bryan, I love it. Thank you.
Well, welcome, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Very good. We both have our Diet Cokes.
Yes.
So we're very ready.
We have to. It's how you do life.
It is how you do life.
Yeah.
Everywhere you have to have a Diet Coke. But no, we got to meet each other at, so NextSpace had their Circle of Influence event in October. Yeah. It was the first one I'd been to. Was that the first one you'd been to?
I had been to a couple before, but never have I ignited with anybody like you.
Okay.
Our run-in, truly, our run-in, I was like, oh my God. And then all night.
Yeah. And do you remember, you had an awkward moment that I feel like a lot of people can relate to.
Yes. So I had forgotten about that, but thank you for reminding me. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. So that awkward time when you think you know somebody and give them a hug and tell them it's so great to see them again.
Yeah. And you have no idea who you were.
And then you realize, oh my gosh, that's not who I thought it was. And they're clearly trying to solve this riddle and trying to place me the whole time we're having this conversation. I had to come clean.
Right. He did become like our table friend.
He totally became our table friend. I think we actually are stronger because of that mishap.
I wonder how his horse ride is going. That's right. I feel horrible. I'm horrible with names. And like, I remembered your name. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't.
All I know is he's on a horse ride.
I know, but do we need to know more?
No.
I mean, yeah.
No. I think I realized that night I didn't have any, he wasn't selling anything I needed.
So that was it.
That was it.
It was great though. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm sure we're going to see him again.
Yeah.
So we have another one coming up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We'll have to reconnect.
We'll reconnect.
Let's look up his name first.
We talked about him.
Yeah.
But, but we said that night that you need to come on the podcast. And obviously you, through your work at Forward Tilt, you all have been doing work at NextSpace, which is where we're here at right now, which is where the studio is at. And like I said in the intro, like there were a few circumstances which led to you being here today, which is fantastic, because it was sooner than I thought we were going to have you. So I'm glad you're here. But you were fun that night too, because you were able to tell like the backstory of like little things that were going on.
Yeah.
Where like even these chairs here. Yeah. Maybe you'll see some different ones soon, or if you see different setups in here.
Yeah.
What's Forward Tilt's relationship in terms of like building out this space?
So actually this space, we outfitted all the furniture in it. So it's called NextSpace because it's where people go to envision where they might be. So really an opportunity for people to test drive a space, whether it be audio visual through iMedia or the furniture and its usage and training room setup versus a very executive boardroom versus a casual meeting room. people really need a place to try it out before they're ready to pull the trigger on it.
Right. Because it's not cheap.
It's not. It's an investment.
It's a good investment.
Yeah.
So you might as well be able to touch and feel for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think though, on the counterpoint, sometimes people walk into a space, they're like, gosh, this is incredible, and are surprised at how great the price point is too. So it's really not overbuying either, right? Sometimes it's overkill for the needs.
I think that's a good topic, because the reality is, and we see it with hotels a lot, owners or developers will be like, I don't want to do that because it's going to cost, and they'll throw out some number. And I always think it's funny when they do that, because I typically know how much everything costs. And I'm like, it doesn't cost that much. But then their idea, what they want to do is like, triple what it would be to make it functional.
Truly. Or they'll think it's going to be this quick fix and we can value engineer this down or out. And it's like, listen, we're going to pay 3 times the price. Let's just do it right up front. And that's our role, right? Is to understand the space, its actual needs, and how we can support their needs, right? So that we're not throwing a white sofa in a hotel.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I want to sometimes, when I see certain designs come through, I want to call the person who, find out, number one, who did it, and then call them and ask them what planet they are from. Yeah,
just some questions.
Because it might look great on paper.
Right.
And it might visually look great, but the reality is that there's wear and tear.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would white sofas in the lobby? That was a big craze about 10 years ago. And it's like, okay, who thought this one?
Right. Who pulled the trigger? Who signed off on this one?
Yeah, who signed off? And that's the thing that always startles me. It's especially in the hotel space, because there's millions of dollars in fees that are paid to all these consultants.
Yeah.
To vet all of these design specs.
Yeah.
And then they'll come up with something that an average person who might just be buying furniture for their home knows is a bad idea.
Right.
But all of these intelligent people are like, absolutely.
Yes.
Let's do that.
You're like, what?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, you're special.
Yeah. Sometimes though, too, I know for this is something very specific that we do. We really embed ourselves in a project, not only just the design, but we are really working heavily with the partners, right? So whether it's, if we're going to have power on the floor, so it's accessible and kind of a spot where it's not close to a wall, well, that's great unless you put a rug over it, right? And then, so you have to work with all parties involved on the design. So it's not just the furniture, it's the interior.
Or have you ever seen you go into a boardroom and they did put the power in the floor?
Oh gosh.
But then for whatever reason, whoever ordered the furniture or designed the furniture never put the outlets in the table. So they have the extension cord running out over the side of it, and you're just like, I always wonder, and I've wanted to always ask the question to somebody, like, did anybody think about getting a drill or something and drilling a hole in the middle of the table? Yeah.
So these are actually conversations we have quite a bit. Okay. So it is making sure that we have a floor core hidden underneath the table to feed the power, because there's nothing worse than having cords draped across your conference room.
Right.
I mean, come on.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. No, I think designers have a role in the world, but the world needs to come to the designers and show them, okay, let's rethink this. But I will guarantee you said value engineering. I always write it off as somebody decided to value engineer this situation. Yeah. And whoever either owns it, the space or whatever, they probably were like, I can buy that table somewhere. And they didn't go with what the designer probably expect or
trusted advisor.
They just I'm going to buy it. I found it on the thing I hear all the time that just makes me want to scream is, I found it on Wayfair. Yeah, Wayfair is not designing for the average American to sit down and stand up over 300 times in a public space and still look beautiful and not saggy and falling apart, right? Yeah. They're for your home. And maybe not even that. And honestly, have you been to the Wayfair outlet? I have not. I didn't even know there was one. Okay, so I did go there recently. So we have a new Wayfair outlet for those of you that are listening or watching out in, I think it's in Mesa or Gilbert. I don't know. I was very far. I had to go pick something up at a Walgreens. Long story. There's lots of Walgreens between here. There are tons. There was the one place that had this prescription that was called. Gotcha. Okay. And then they were like, it's in Mesa. And I was like, I know where that is, kind of. Yeah. So it took me 2 hours one weekend, but we digress. The Wayfair outlet, I have never seen a retailer able to merchandise crap the way that Wayfair has merchandised it. Like, I think it's incredible.
As far as the tchotchkes,
Between the tchotchkes, the furniture that's like scuffed and nicked and everything.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
This company, when they have paid some good money to get some good advice, it's very well merchandised, very well laid out.
Yeah.
But it's all like returns and stuff. So it's, that's why I say it's crap, because it's literally things that people have sent back.
Yeah.
And we all return things, and we all know what we've probably done to some of them before we've returned them. And they've done a very good job. But I am like, if any hotel owner, any commercial building owner sees this place, I'm going to run them away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because this is a recipe.
Yeah. That's not what we want to bring into the space for sure. Yeah.
Now, it was interesting, Jill. You and I had a conversation before we started recording when we were prepping, and we were talking about design and like the influences. And you said something that really sticks with me, because it's so true. And we have another person that we've had on the podcast, Sarah Dandashi, that and I've done some events with her, and she's talked about this a lot, where customer service and providing hospitality is not something that just is in a hotel.
Right.
It's really something that goes into every business.
It's everywhere now. Absolutely.
And it really has come into the designing of commercial spaces fully, be it hospitals, offices. I mean, restaurants always, because
even
they kind of fell in that
schools,
spot.
though. I mean,
Schools
it's
too?
absolutely 100%. Even I'm not even talking higher ed. I mean, a lot of these charter schools, they're trying to have this unique angle so that people feel at home, they're comfortable, they're learning. It's not the traditional desk and a seat. It might be a seat that allows a little rocking and movement for the kinetic kid, right? So they can burn their energy while everybody remembers that kid doing the times table, right? Where they like kind of stood up at their desk while they were doing it, then slammed down their pencil when they're done. That kid needs the chair with a little bit of...
Or the kid that's going like this in the chair all day.
Yeah. That's the one we look out for later on in life too. Well, we got to watch out for him.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's very different. I think it's really interesting in healthcare. I mean, even going to the ER is like going to a spa now. The expectation level on what we have in those spaces is just so much higher. And people are fighting for everyone's business, right?
It's not just fluorescent lights and, a gurney.
Yeah, it's not clinical.
It's interesting you say that, because I'm thinking like even like the vet office is that way too. Like you go to the vet's office and it's like all wonderful furniture. It's very cozy.
It's just the expectation,
Would
right?
you like a drink?
Right. It's like,
Even like I get my hair cut at a place in Central Phoenix. It's a national chain. I think it's a franchise. But you walk in and it's a salon specifically for men. Put the two and two together. There might be a boardroom involved. And they have like drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay for it.
Well, I tell you what, the expectation is experience. Yes, that's what I was just going to say. It's experience. So even when we are designing spaces, we're not asking, okay, how many seats do you need? I mean, we will ask what's the head count we're accommodating, but it's not really about the furniture. It's what are the people doing in this space? What is the feeling we want them to have when they come in the room? Because you're curating that feeling through everything around it. So whether it be the art, whether it be the tchotchkes, whether it be the furniture, the rug, the way it all plays together, that is going to create a feeling. And that is what we talk about. It's really about the feeling.
Well, and it's so true, because if you meld like hospitality, we obviously have the service element, but I think a lot of businesses are trying to get back on the service bandwagon as well to provide the service. So it's the whole sensory thing,
Yes.
So between the music, well, it's like, have you been into a recently renovated Target?
I have not.
Okay. So Target did something very interesting. Their financial results have not been so great the last couple of years. However, they've also been investing a ton of money in their stores and remodeling their stores. And if you go in an old Target layout and then go into a new one, they've taken the floor, they've like stained the concrete.
Okay.
In like the beauty section, they put like a design on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty nice. All the signs now are lit. And it's the lighting's not as harsh as it used to be.
Right.
But they have something that I did not know until recently when I looked it up on Wikipedia late at night when I was probably eating popcorn or something, or nachos.
Yeah.
Watching The Righteous Gemstones, that they never had music in their stores.
Really?
And I was like, that's impossible. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's true. Because I went to the Target near me in Phoenix just recently, went through their whole renovation. And then I was in Texas last week and I stopped at a Target that had just finished their renovation. And it is true. Those Targets, they now have music, but the old store model didn't have music.
What a different experience, right?
100%.
Yeah.
It makes you so relaxed.
Well, and I don't want to hear other people's kids screaming.
No.
Right? I'm there. I want to get my groove on. I want to relax. I'm taking a break from all that nonsense. Right. Yeah. Music's where it's at.
I mean, I think that there should be adults only shopping hours at Target, but that's another show
as well. I mean, honestly, please, come on. Why are we bringing 6 kids to Costco? Well,
see, that's why you have to pay for the executive membership. Oh. Because then you get in an hour early. Yeah. And there's like nobody there. Yeah. That's when to go.
It's time for an upgrade.
I can't go to, like on a Saturday, never go to Costco. I don't it's anxiety city for me. Yeah. I can't do it. But yeah, Target, interestingly enough, they never had that. They're not scenting the stores where hotels, we've scented hotels for forever. Yeah. Stopped doing it after COVID or during COVID. I think it's slowly coming back. It's back. Now. Yeah. But, which is interesting. Other commercial spaces, is scent and music coming into those 100%, spaces too?
Absolutely. Signature scents are a common conversation, which certainly didn't take place 10 years ago. Right. But it's all part of that experience. I mean, it's all the senses. That is what we are designing for. Right.
What do you think's driving it though?
I really think, of course, COVID, when everybody was home, there was this hey, it's pretty nice to be at home and comfortable while I'm working, right? So you want me to come back, you got to make it kind of awesome, right? And so we always talk about it's a magnet, not a mandate to come back to work. So how do we make your magnet in your workspace? What is it that people want? What are you doing here? How can we entice them to come back?
It's a magnet, not a mandate.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Michelle Heeb, who owns Forward Tilt and drinks Diet Coke.
Oh. We must meet.
This is a lot of synergy there.
Have to have her on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. She's incredible. But that was her saying, and she's 100% right. And so that's just part of our conversation. So yeah, the whole experience is just very curated, but you don't want it to feel curated, right? You want it to feel natural and kind of wow, this is I want to be here, right?
Which is so true, because the reality is, I know a lot of people feel this way. The work you're going to the office to do anymore, you were doing from home, right? And you could do from home, right? So how do you make it someplace where you want to go? Where
we want to go, and we want to bring those who weren't in the office into the office, because maybe there's a whole group of folks who became adults where we were just sitting at home, and so they're missing some of that business acumen that you learn in the office, right? So it's how do we get them in there?
When you know you're old is I have been thinking about that sometimes, where I'm like, a lot of the things I learned early on were because I was in offices or in environments where I was with other people. Yep. They were not comfortable, I will tell you that. Yeah. But
learning seldom is.
Now I'm but then I look at it now and I look at people that are coming up in the ranks, and it's when they have not had to work in an office, and then you're wondering why they don't know certain things, but it's well, they wouldn't know that because they've never been.
Right. Their social norms are different, right? So it's a reintroduction into that. And also having people back in the office brings more collaborative solutions, right? I mean, there is a lot to say for different departments.
My business partners will kill me for saying this, but that's the one thing I miss about having an actual office to go to every day with people, is the collaborative environment.
Well, because you can hearing
things going on, and being able to if you have a problem come up, being able to bounce ideas off people really quick. You can do it on Teams. Yeah. But it's not as
It's not the same.
It's not the same as the organic,
Yeah. Punchlines take longer to land when you're typing them out. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. Well, I always joke when COVID happened, I lost half my audience because I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody to talk to all day. Yeah. So, and we were it's kind of dark because again, we were laying off so many people. It was my numbers were dwindling.
Do you have any other sad stories you wanted to share?
Not really.
Yeah, no, that's it for this segment.
Yeah, not really. Maybe next week.
The other big thing that's happening in spaces is companies wanting to show their identity through their space, right? So we're not just a corporate office, or we're not just this shared amenity space, they really want to give it identity. They want to have interesting art. We're fun and quirky, or we're irreverent, right? We're not the traditional, or maybe we are, right? We have marble tables and floors, and we have.
But you can be traditional and not be
100%.
Stumpy.
Yeah. But people want their spaces to reflect that. I would argue that even 10, 15 years ago, you walk into a space, there was kind of a prescription that was followed, right? Everything was the same. It was very stuffy.
I do find it interesting, especially, I live in this world of hospitality. So in our like cycle is, well, it's usually 5 to 7 years, but the reality is there's new designs released every year.
Yeah.
And so we kind of live and breathe that in our room. But when you really get to that just standard commercial side, you are right. Like, cause I think about it and it's like, you know, from the time, you know, I was born in the 80s and it's like really from the 80s until like the mid to like 2015, really. And even more even into COVID, it's like commercial spaces all did kind of follow the same cookie cutter. Like we're going to go get the 2x4 fluorescent lights and
then there was, we're going to be inventive and be more hospitality, but then everybody was hospitable in the same way. It was all the same look.
Right.
I feel we've entered a point where it truly is unique and identified with the company culture. So I would say we do a custom piece on almost every corporate project we do now. So it's something interesting and different.
It's the most interesting custom piece you've done for a client.
Oh, gosh, we've done a ton. One of my faves was actually we did Dutch Bros headquarters. Beautiful space, super cool. I'll have to send you install pictures or the drone fly through. I mean, they're such an incredible company. So it was really fun opportunity to do their space. So their conference table actually has this giant peace sign in it. It's huge, it's brass, and then it's set in this wood. It's just, it's really super cool. But I mean, we do custom pieces regularly. I mean, even so we did, the Esplanade and Hearsay, that restaurant that's in there. So very hospitality driven space. There's a ton of custom pieces in there. It truly is the expectation. So when talking about working with your partner so closely, I mean, we have folks that are making furniture for us. We have folks that are, you know, helping us get it from A to B, because sometimes when you have a giant table and you're on a second story, the elevator isn't big enough. And so you're going to be craning that table in. Yeah. So there's just a lot of behind the scenes that happens in a space that's kind of, like I said, I'm a furniture dork, so we love it. I love solving those riddles.
No, I mean, but it's life too. You live, I mean, how long would you say we spend inside?
They say it's 90% of the time, which I think is so funny that we bring, it's not funny. I mean, I'm happy we're doing this, that we bring plants inside now, right? It's like, yeah, let's bring the outside inside if we're going to be in here 90% of our lives.
And just a word for the wise, if you're bringing the plants inside, please make sure they're real. Don't bring false ones or what they call them, replicas now. Yeah. Please do not.
Don't do it.
They're a dust catcher. And hotel owners, it's not a good idea. You're better off no plant. Don't get fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real and take care of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate fake plants.
Yeah. I'm not a fan either.
No, they just all they do is to catch dust because nobody cleans them.
Yeah.
Nobody cleans them. But there's a lot of things that were great that we just don't need to resurrect.
We got to let them go.
Yeah. Like it's okay to put things out of their misery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting how things have grown because I always find it funny. I've been watching, things I'm obsessed with, because we're going to ask you this later.
Oh, I love it.
I've been watching Leave It to Beaver.
Okay, says nobody.
Says nobody but me. And I don't know why. I started one day, it was on like one of those random channels on TV. And then I realized it was on Peacock. And they used to do like 30 some shows a season. So like every night, like I'll just watch a couple episodes of Leave It to the Beaver.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like nostalgic.
It's very odd, but I look at it and I'm like, there was, even in that show, like, and that was, I don't even know what year that was. It was still black and white. So it was the early 60s, I think, maybe late 50s. They had more like character, like in the businesses that they would go in and stuff. It seemed to have more character than things would have had in like, say, 1995 or, even 2000. It
wasn't mass produced at that point.
But I think it was mass produced at that point. Everybody had a little bit of a different take. So like I've joked before about like, is there any walnut left in the world? Because in the last decade, I feel like everything went mid-century modern and then everybody started putting walnut everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And we included my floors at home, all my furniture.
Yeah.
I got walnut everywhere.
Yeah. Walnut credenzas everywhere.
Exactly.
That's where you visit.
And my credenza is real wood too. Like it's got to be like whatever that is where you have to like not wax it, but
oil it. Yeah.
Take care of it. Somebody else does it for me. But I'm like, is there any walnut left? But everything did go to that mid-century modern place, which does make me wonder because I feel like mid-century modern is warm and inviting.
Sure is, yeah.
So did the need to create the spaces that people wanted to go to drive the mid-century modern feel, or do you think it was the reverse?
I think that there was we needed to swing the pendulum the other way from gray, that millennial gray. Oh my gosh.
Gray and beige.
Yeah. disease took over everything.
Yeah.
And I think that we're like, we got to warm this up. We got some work to do. We rolled up our sleeves and we went a little too hard the other way.
Yeah.
And so I think with how quickly design is shared now online with the internet and whatnot, right? Like we accidentally all replicated each other because we were all doing it at the same time. And now all our spaces look the same.
Yeah.
So it's really brought the importance of having a unique space, which I think is why we do so many custom pieces now, because it's truly how you make a space unique and have it its footprint, right?
So if I'm building out a custom space, doing that custom piece, like the boardroom table with the peace sign, how much of a budget drain is that? Or is it a piece where it's like, hey, like we're going to do the custom piece. Let's make sure that we do some different things other places to make it
100%. So it's balancing the budget, right? So sometimes folks are, hey, we're going to entertain in this space all the time. We really need this to be a hospitality driven. I want it to look like a lobby of a swanky hotel.
Yeah.
We got it. Absolutely. And then in the back office, they're like, this is just our Zoom room. We really just need a table and a TV mounted on a wall. Okay, cool. We could do that too.
Right.
So we're going to invest a little bit more in the swanky space up front, which is what they want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to ultimately sell their brand.
100%. So that's where we focus our conversations on. But you can also, sometimes we do custom pieces and it's actually at a savings versus doing, something that's huge in Italy that we now have to pay to get over here. And, potentially a tariff now associated with that too, right?
Yeah.
But
maybe not here soon. We're fingers crossed in some cases.
Oh my gosh.
Although I think Italy has an agreement now, so
I can't keep up. I think there's a website that tracks it at this
I think
point.
there is. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
We've got a couple projects going right now that I keep getting asked questions about tariffs, and I'm just like, we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. Let's not
really
jump to any conclusions right now. Let's wait till we're closer to the end.
We'll just wait till we're closer there. It's funny you say that though about like getting these big expensive pieces. Like I'll never forget Starwood Hotels and Resorts back when it was still in business before the merger with Marriott. They were doing a bunch of different lobby designs for one of the brands, and they had worked with West Elm.
Yeah.
And there was this coffee table that they wanted you to put in the lobby of the hotel. And the thing was like $14,000.
Wow.
Because it had some sort of like iron or some sort of special metal top to it.
Okay.
And the thing was heavy.
Yeah.
But it kind of was like, what is this $14,000 piece really adding?
Right. Unless it is like incredible that
right. And they held so firm to like, we have to have this.
They loved the table.
Because they loved the table. I think some of it may have been a backroom deal.
Gotcha.
With West Elm.
Yeah. They really loved the West Elm rep.
It doesn't, right. Like it doesn't like all these companies do it. I mean, they all partner with these preferred vendors, and West Elm was like, hey, we want to be a preferred vendor. But I always wondered, I'm like, and I had to tell an owner he had to buy this. I had to tell a client that you have to buy this. And I always thought, I'm like, I cannot believe I'm telling this person they have to buy
these
this.
Words coming out of my mouth.
I know, because I remember sending the order form back in with all the paperwork thinking, this thing is never going to be like, no one's ever going to know it's $14,000 for one. Right. I will say if you stub your toe on it,
you're going to feel it.
You will feel it.
It's substantial.
It wasn't moving.
Yeah. That toe is fully stubbed.
Yeah. But I do find it interesting what people do spend their money on.
Yeah. But, people have their passions, the things that they love. And I feel like our job is to weave that in a way that makes sense, right? I mean, if somebody really loves a $14,000 table and they are passionate, I'm like, all right, we'll throw it in there. We'll work around that. But otherwise, I'm probably trying to understand what is it that you're feeling drawn to.
What are you going to get out of this?
Yeah, well, maybe we can incorporate whatever that feeling is it's evoking. And then when they look at this table, maybe we can weave it in the design in another way, in another space.
One thing I'm just thinking of that I would be curious about with the projects you've worked on in all these different segments, how often do you find that your direct client, who's probably a lot of times the owner of the space or the developer that owns it, do you realize that they're putting too much of their own thought process into what they would want versus what actually the bulk of the
It's really different. That's a great question. So it's really different. Some owners are like, listen, I just want this space to be awesome. I don't know how to do it. And I'm not exactly sure what everyone in here needs to make. Can you just help it? Yeah, we're on it. We love it. We'll meet with everybody. We'll meet with managers. We'll meet with the end users, really understand the form and function of the space, understand their identity, weave it in there, and really craft a beautiful space for them. Sometimes other owners are I want it to look like this. I had one project, which I I won't share the name, but this owner loved color, which usually is like awesome.
Yeah.
We can do these great patterns and color saturation.
When they're like,
Yes,
we love color.
Especially right now. Color's back, by the way. It's
Just
in a
don't use
big
yellow.
way. Yeah. Oh, I love yellow.
I worked at a hotel that painted the office walls yellow.
Yeah.
And everyone at this hotel was always angry. And then one day I looked online and I found out that yellow is an angry color.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I think
And I lived experience, it made people angry.
Facts. Yeah, facts. More of an accent color.
Yeah.
Yeah, not your primary driver.
I think it was that, and I think the hotel was built on an old cemetery.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so
the
we
mix
gotta
of the two.
stage it and paint it.
The mix of the two was not good.
Yeah. So some owners, so this particular owner, that's right, he was just really passionate about colors, but not in any kind of way in which anybody would want to utilize the space. So they wanted, if it was there was trying to think how I could package this without sharing who the client is, but if there is a cafe, Ed loved all the colors, and he loved all the colors at once. So there was a cafeteria. What do you call it? It's like a food court, not a cafeteria. Yeah. So there's a bunch of tables and chairs, and
It's
you would think,
basically a cafeteria.
It's fun.
They call it a food court to make it seem more appealing.
I try to make elevate it a little bit.
Right.
The brand.
I'll put a Chipotle in. Yeah.
But he wanted every chair like 5 different colors. So it wasn't uniformed at all. So there would be like a red, a orange, a green, a yellow, and then a blue, a red. So just no rhyme or reason. And
see, I would walk in and think, this person fucking went to Goodwill.
I was like, I think I'm going to have a seizure.
I'd be like, they ran out of money. They had to go shopping at the thrift store.
Yeah. So the trick was honing that one in and really crafting it. But it took the biggest lift was just teaching, like, we can use all this color. And in fact, this is awesome and people love it.
Maybe let's move the color.
Yeah, let's be a little more strategic about this placement. And by the end, he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I could have never imagined it like this. And it's like, I know, that's because we are really into it. We love it. Just share what you love and let's craft it. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because you do, like, I think people see things like what you just described. Like if you have all these different chair colors and everything, people go into spaces that look like that, or will have like some sort of crazy design thing. And sometimes I know people will be like, oh, it must have just it's just morphed into this over the years. Like a lot of people don't think it's ever intentional, but a lot of times it is intentional.
Sometimes it is.
Like it's 100%. Like it's kind of like going to like your friend's house and they've like done something, they're very proud of it because they've decorated it, but you're really like, no, you don't have any taste.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to help you.
Yeah.
And someone should tell you.
Yeah. And so you got to do the intervention, but you got to do it gentle. You got to let them know in a soft, caring voice, or just rip the Band-Aid off and tell them.
I mean, I think ripping the Band-Aid off is better.
That's your approach. Yeah.
I mean, I say that's my approach. It depends, I guess, on how much I like you.
Yeah.
If I don't like you, I will rip the Band-Aid off pretty hard.
I feel you like in all transparency.
Yeah, no, I mean, in all fairness, like, I don't want to piss you off.
Yeah.
But
it is awkward though when somebody's done their home improvement.
The thing is, I just don't take me into your house and ask me like, what do you like? Don't ask me what I think. It's kind of like I tell people there's 2 things you can't tell that you should not say to me that will instantly take me from nice Bryan to Bryan's going to burn your house down. Is you don't understand, or well, I can't think of the second thing.
But when it comes to you?
When it comes to me, I'll say it's like it has escaped me. It's completely escaped my mind.
Yeah.
But like that'll just piss me off. But on the other spectrum, it's like if you ask me for my opinion, it's hard for me not to.
I love that though. That's called being genuine. It's disingenuine not to be honest.
Right, I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, we can package it nicely.
I mean, it's like Tyler will tell me my hair's sticking up.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
As one should do.
Right?
Right. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people's choices are interesting though.
I do too. Yeah.
So I've been getting signatures from our people in our neighborhood to get, we're trying to get all of our alleys gated in our neighborhood.
Okay.
It's to help get, keep, blight out and all that, keep people from dumping in them and everything.
Yeah.
So I already did my street, my alley. So being a good citizen of the community, I now have started going to other streets to get their alleys gated because I have learned that some of my neighbors are lazy. And, it's a process to go through, but I've been having to go to all these people's front doors and knock on their doors and talk to them.
Which, do people even answer anymore? I mean...
Well, most people think I'm a process server and I'm there to serve them. And it's like, no, I'm not here to serve you papers. But Like some houses, people open the door and I look in the front door and I think this is really nice. They've done a great job. And then
my gosh, yes.
Other people open the door and I'm thinking, I don't know, I should call someone.
Yes, you're having an emergency in there.
Yeah.
We got to address some things in there.
Like there was a lady last week that she opened the door and she's like, oh, would you like to come in? No. You're a hoarder.
Are there dead cats under furniture in there?
I know, and it did smell. It did.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it did smell. Full transparency, I did report her house to neighborhood services though, because her front yard needs to be cut. And I'm hoping that they discover she's a hoarder while they're there.
They could address that need too. Yeah.
I think she could be a problem.
So when you were a kid, like for me, when I trick-or-treated, I literally was like trick or treat and always looking behind, like what's happening in there? What do they do with their house?
I was never that way because I hated trick or treating.
Oh.
My whole focus was how soon can I get home?
You don't like candy?
I liked the candy, but I never liked truth be told, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
So I don't like talking to strangers.
Yeah.
Which is very unusual for the job that I do.
That is correct. It is an interesting path.
It is an interesting path taken, But that and like, I had some like, I love my parents to death, but we also like, I didn't grow up with, I don't even want to say that I didn't grow up with much money. I don't think we grew up with any money, like in retrospect. My sister and I we're like lucky we made it through. Like my parents, they knew how to be resourceful, I think. But like they dressed me as a pumpkin one year, like with the pumpkin like trash bag and like filled it with newspaper as if it was in the front yard.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the best costume.
Yeah.
So I think there was a self like esteem issue.
Yeah. I don't want to wear the newspapers and trash bag.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be trash.
What was the grapes? I heard it through the grapevine. Wasn't that a costume? I feel like in the 80s that was a thing with the trash bag and newspapers too.
Well, let's not get crazy. I was only alive 4 years at the 80s. I mean, you and I didn't know anything until the mid 90s.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I remember.
I was always just like, wow.
I'll have to call my sister. Yeah. She was definitely a child in the 80s.
I mean, I would go back and report to my parents. Like, their house is so cool. Like, okay, well, let me just check your candy for razor blades because that's what you did in the 80s.
Well, my dad did always check all the candy for razor blades.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't touch the candy, eat any until he went through it.
Very dangerous. How many did he find?
Well, that's the thing. I think back to it now. I'm like, he wasted a lot of time. Yeah. Nobody ever put a razor blade.
Same. Yeah.
And why would you want to put a razor blade?
I don't know. It was a weird time. We were wearing trash bags and newspapers.
I know. Well, but you know what? And,
I mean, things were different.
An acceptable costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's people like what they live in is crazy.
Well, it's an expression of themselves, right?
It is an expression of themselves. And it makes me worry. It's like, I'm glad that when we interview people for like jobs or employment, you're not going to their homes to check, because I feel like if you did, half the workforce wouldn't be employed.
Yeah. You think it would change perception?
100%.
That almost makes me want people to come to an interview with pictures of their home. I'm going to need to see.
I mean, I do find it like if you have like, and hopefully you don't, we're just getting to know each other.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
But if I go to your house and you have like in your pantry, you have those big like food service cans of stuff.
It's not me. I don't.
You know, I'm probably in the back of my mind thinking, you know, we're going to be acquaintances. I don't know that I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Because I think you think the end of the world is coming.
Yeah.
And nobody needs that many diced tomatoes.
No, not unless you have several children running around, which buying in bulk does make sense.
But see, I've been to people's houses that have like 7, 8, 9 children.
Oh my gosh.
They never have stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's always like the thing. It's like the couple with no kids that'll like have like, you know, oh, I went to Costco and I have 300 rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Well, you either need to see a doctor or you're never going to buy toilet paper for 3 years.
I mean, it is something we do need though. So if you're going to go all in,
essential.
Yeah.
But it's like storage is paramount too.
Yeah.
But I think the way people keep their home is a reflection of how they like really are.
Right.
Because I think when they go to work, they're going to keep their space clean and organized and all of that.
I do think even at home, some people that will talk to me, of course, because of my line of work. They're, what do you think I should do with my house? And I'm thinking this, that, and the other. Sometimes people are just scared to express themselves through their home. So they have this stark kind of environment and they're scared to pull the trigger on anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Just buy the things you like and then let's curate it together. We can make it work. This is your home. Like,
you would encourage them to buy the things they like?
I think so. We can figure it out and solve it. I mean, this is their home. If they love whatever ugly painting they're obsessed with, we can probably offset it with some pretty stuff, right?
Yeah, I couldn't do your job. Because I'd be like, no, you can't you just can't have it.
You're like, that's just a hard no.
It's a hard no.
I mean, there are times where you do have to exert a boundary, but yeah. Actually, with my husband, I have to do that quite a bit. I
do the same thing because he'll think it's like a great idea to like, oh, this painting would look great. Well, that painting doesn't match anything in the house.
Right. That needs its own room, babe. Yeah.
That's why like we have a guest room that he like uses as his space. So like his desk is in there and like he has an aquarium and stuff. And that's where all that stuff goes.
Yeah.
Like you can keep it there.
Yeah. I need to get that set up at my house.
So it's not going in the living room. Like people are not coming to the house and seeing.
That can't be our impression.
Because they'll assume that I made that choice.
We can't have that happen.
And I'm not going to have people talking about me when they're on their way home. Like I talk about them when I leave their house.
Yeah.
So.
But we do have to give him his space to express himself, right?
Well, yeah, just like, 250 square feet or so.
Yeah.
But
and behind a door, of course.
Exactly. That can be closed and nobody ever sees it.
Of course.
So,
yeah.
But I do think it's interesting, like, as I've been doing this whole thing, like getting these signatures and stuff, like seeing how people live. And then I think I'm like, you have all these options to be able to go find out how you should design your space.
Right. So many options.
The
internet.
And honestly, from every, it doesn't matter what spectrum of the economic index you're on.
100%.
Especially these days, because I think that good stuff is accessible across the board.
I 100% agree.
So it just is I'm thinking, why?
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of it is also what is important to the person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I'm probably a little bit more, what would be the word? I probably care what people are visually going to think.
Yeah.
More so. And probably the people that have the messy house, or they don't care what anybody else thinks.
Well, I think just kind of our professions, right? I mean, we are definitely going to be into our exterior world.
And like my thing is everything has a place, which my mom was very much that way. And that's how I grew up. It's like everything has a place it goes to. I mean, my mom took my Legos and those like tool box things that like have little drawers that pull out, like the plastic drawers where you can like put your screws and all the things.
Yeah.
My Legos as a child, yes, people, I played with Legos, were all divided by color and shape.
Wow. I just appreciate her tenacity in getting that organization set up.
Right.
Because it comes just in the bag.
Right.
I mean, she took some time.
She did. And she sorted every single one of those pieces.
Good for her.
So that's how I grew up, is everything has its place.
Yeah.
So, to go into certain places and see well, let's talk about, let's bring it back to hotels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I'll go into especially when I was working on property, I would go into people's hotel rooms. And, I grew up having to before you leave the hotel, you need to clean the room basically.
100%.
You put everything away. You're not going to you're not leaving this like a pigsty.
Right.
I go into some people's hotel rooms and think it looks like a bomb went off in their suitcase when they got to the hotel. And it's like, you're here for 2 nights.
I have to ask this. So when you get to a hotel, you walk into your space, or do you immediately unpack? Do you live out of your suitcase? What is your routine?
So my normal routine is to unpack my suitcase. I usually won't do it if I'm only going to be there for 1 night.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, over the time, I've had weeks where I might be in a different city every night. So I've had to, basically abide by the I'm only here for a night thing.
Yeah.
By the 3rd night, wherever I'm at, I'm going nuts because your suitcase never really gets put back the way it was supposed to be. But if I'm going someplace for 3 or 4 days, the first thing I'll do is I'll unpack everything. Like I'm going someplace for next week for a conference. When I get there on Sunday, I'll take everything out of my suitcase. I'll iron my shirts, or whatever, hang everything up, have everything ready to go in the morning.
That's very much in alignment with your Lego organization.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's thanks to my mother. If it wasn't for my mom, doing things like sorting my Legos, I wouldn't be like that.
My husband, he didn't grow up with a Lego sorting mom, but when we get to a hotel, I mean, 1 night, 10 nights, It doesn't matter. Everything's getting unpacked. And I'm talking even in drawers, things are like folded and put away, hung up. And I got to be honest, unless it's something that's going to be wrinkled, it's probably not getting hung up. I will open my suitcase and kind of drape it on top. But then it's just, I know that's so bad. And I am so organized everywhere else. My husband's like, why
But you go to a hotel and you just lose your mind.
I just am like, you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm gonna, just live out of the suitcase wrapped over it. And when I'm working, I'm like, it's packed in a specific order. I'm very specific about how, so when you say it can't ever be put back to how it was, I really do get that because I'm packing a very particular way.
Do you pack like a folding board with you too?
No, I don't do that, but I do always bring a steamer just in case. Because what if they don't have one? What if it's broken? I'm
a firm believer hotels need to ditch the irons and just add steamers.
Absolutely.
It's a very common practice in Europe, not so much over here yet.
Yeah.
More hotels are doing it.
Yeah.
And then if you have both, I mean, give me a steamer, an iron, and room service. Oh, I'm your number one.
Throw in a flat iron and a hairdryer, and I'm talking high end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you might be one of those guests I've walked into your room and thought, what the hell's going on?
Well, it is a controlled chaos. It is around the suitcase.
I'm talking like you walk in and like their shirts are like over the lamps.
Oh,
and like, there's like a trail of clothes from the bathroom to the bed to the like everywhere. Like it just looks like they just undress and they like throw their shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the amount of trash that they like. The other thing I find is the amount of trash, which I have never. If I'm going to have a bunch of trash in the room, I'll like call housekeeping or I'll take the bag and find a place to dispose of it. But it's crazy. Like people are nuts.
Yeah.
Number one. But I do question. It's like, then they do go to these places that they have to work, that they've been called back to. And it makes me wonder, like, do they treat the new space? Like any of the clients that you've done spaces for, do you go back to them like 6 months later?
100%. It's actually standard practice.
Okay. So, do you ever look at it and think, what the hell did you do to my space? Because by this point, you feel like you have some ownership.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. No, we'll go back and we touch base. Well, I mean, that is just part of we really want to be engaged long term. I mean, we really are their partner. If we've nailed it, not much has changed.
Yeah.
If there are significant changes, it's usually because there is an actual business change in the way they're conducting business or something, has changed and we'll help modify and rework it for them. But as far as design and messiness and all that, I will tell you, I hate trash cans in workstations. So almost every office has them, but you'll never see it in a showroom. You'll never I don't like tchotchkes on desks. I like tchotchkes around and thoughtfully chosen and curated and visually beautiful, but all the stuff that ends up on desks, sometimes plants with vines draped over it. That's when I'm like, okay, listen. Yeah. But that's more of just the kind of like the messy hotel room.
Well, I guess that's another reason that you should have people bring photos of their house.
Yeah, right. 100%. But yeah, we circle back and, is this still working? Do we want to change, modify anything? Because you're doing the best that you can at the moment. Sometimes these businesses, this is their first real, big office, the first time they've ever designed it. And so they think
they don't even know what
I mean, and we do a ton of work and investigation and working with them, obviously, and to design it.
To make sure it functions.
Yeah.
I just wonder what you do with that person that has like basically moved in their house to the office, like, and has all those tchotchkes and the plants.
Come on, we need to, I will tell you we do, because there's a lot of change management, right? If we're going from 65 offices to only 10 offices and the rest are on workstations. One, they're going to be beautiful workstations and whatnot. We're going to do it right, but there's still a change, right?
Workstation is very stressed out about the fact they don't have their office anymore.
100%. So how do we help with that change management? So that's actually something we partner with quite a bit. That this is why even sitting down with them to talk about their workstation and why it was designed this way, or upfront doing that interview, or writing on metal boards that maybe divide spaces. Like I'm collaborative and I slide, so we can move it back and forth, and so they understand the usage of the space and get that buy-in goes a really long way. We've done really fun little signs that we put in break rooms where it's like, cooking burnt popcorn is not friendly in an open work environment. Or we'll do whatever. So we'll do like fun, whatever they want us to put in there, and we'll put it in a really fun marketing way where it's, not like, here's the rules for our new office. It's more, this is something we can think about and make it fun and funny. Yeah. We do that kind of stuff all the time.
Hey. Yeah. I mean, you got to it's kind of like marketing to the public at the end of the day, right? Like you got to tell a story so that you get them to love it.
That's exactly. We want them to want to be there and love it.
And I can make this work. I can see this for myself.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
And I would secretly being like, and we need to teach you how to do this at your house. You could write a book.
We
You could
right?
start a blog. Do people still blog?
I was just going to say that. Are we still blogging? I don't
Do
know.
people still blog? Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. Yeah. I thought about starting a blog once.
I think we might be late to this one.
I don't think anybody. Yeah. I was saying it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's easier.
I think you are actually doing.
We do this.
Yeah.
Tyler turns it into a transcript.
That's right.
And there we have a blog.
Yeah.
So forward tilt. What's coming up in the pipe? Like, what's exciting you right now?
As far as
in terms
design
of
and
work, like, is there anything new things that are coming on the market that you're like, I can't wait to start selling these to people?
Well, I'll answer this twofold. So as far as design, what we're really excited about, I kind of spoke to it already, but the fact that color is back and patterns are back, and patterns can be next to patterns, which are next to textures, and it can be curated in a really cool way, and people are not scared to try it now. The color saturation of having metals match the textile, but the texture is different just because of what it's made out of. I'm really, really, really excited about that. As far as pieces or products, we're really excited. And you're going to be like, how has this never been a thing? But we know tables when they get wacky and you're putting sugar packets underneath there, right? And then we've had glides that you can unscrew and screw down. That's been a forever thing. Well, there's bases now that they have a technology within the bottom of it. And by technology, I mean, it's probably like...
or this is self-leveling.
Yes, but it's not like just basic self-leveling. It is like you can put it on a stone and you just push down on it and it immediately levels. You can pick it up, move it 1 foot over and put it half on grass, half on concrete.
It's so funny that that's actually coming out now. I can't remember the name of the company. There's been somebody at conferences the last couple of years in the hospitality space pitching this technology, saying like you should like this is why you should do this.
It needs to be the standard. I mean, for us, it is. We bring it into obviously our hospitality spaces, but even our commercial spaces, right? Yeah. We're moving tables all around at work, particularly if we're doing a lot of entertaining and we're bringing things in and out.
Nothing ever stays where it's supposed to, where it was put originally.
And floors are like never flat, right? Yeah. We want them to be. Sorry, contractors, we love you, but they're not. It's impossible to do. So this
and over time too.
Yeah.
Like it's especially like if they're using laminate.
Yeah,
like
I think
any type of like that, like LVT and stuff. I know it goes down sometimes level. Yeah. And over time, it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah. It's just over time, things change, right?
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. It's like, where has this been our whole lives? And how is this not the industry standard?
Which is funny because I know there's a guy I've seen on LinkedIn sometimes. His whole business is to go around and fix tables that wobble like that at restaurants.
Like he just that's literally his job,
that's
or he
like
volunteers it. Yeah. Like that's what he does for a living.
What he does for a living. Like he just travels the country fixing the tables. So it's interesting that, this is going to put him out of business.
Right.
But I think he's close to retirement.
Is he? Well, thank God. Yeah. Hopefully. I was like, we got to find him and we got to bring him in the network.
Selling.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
Like it'll be easier on you. You'll just sell him a table. You don't even have to fix it. No, it's interesting. Like then patterns too. I've been seeing a lot more like, even in hotels, because we went to like very blank slates everywhere. And we've started to see things popping up. Yeah. And I like a good pattern.
I do too.
Like I always when I redid my house, I put wallpaper up and people thought I was crazy.
Oh.
But I'm like, if you put good wallpaper up and you put it in certain places.
Yes.
It looks great.
Do you have a powder room with wallpaper?
No, that I don't like.
I am upset. Listen, okay.
But I think that's more because I've been in, number one, I grew up in the Midwest. And number two, I've been in the hospitality space using wall vinyl wallpaper in a bathroom.
Only powder room. Only in the powder room. Okay. So the reason I love it is because you can go so bold and so crazy, and it's a small enough room that's true. But I love a good powder room.
No, just like living room and then master bedroom or primary bedroom. Funny enough, you say that about the powder room. I was at a restaurant near like PV recently, Paradise Valley, and like the best wallpaper in the front end of the public restroom.
Oh, what was it?
So it was had all these I think it's presidents maybe, but it's like all like cartoons of like different presidents and stuff. It was really funny.
Yeah,
it was kind of like some sort of like comic book.
Yeah.
But
And that's what's coming into spaces now, right? It's the unexpected. People want to be interested and look around.
It's a conversation starter, really, at the end of the day.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. So if you had to do anything at Forward Tilt and you got to pick the direction, which I think you do get a lot of input over there, is there something you haven't done yet at Forward Tilt that you are hoping to get to do soon?
I don't know.
Or someone that you guys haven't worked with yet that you are a vertical that you haven't gotten into that you think would be fun?
Well, I will tell you, we're doing a lot in the hospitality space, and we're looking to grow it more because we do so much of it in the traditional spaces now. So there's a lot of overlap. But otherwise, I mean, honest to God, we are so blessed in who we get to work with and our clients. We get to do, and this is very braggadocious, sorry, but we really get to do incredible spaces and have clients that lean in and allow us to help express who they are and their vision. And it's just really incredible spaces that have been cultivated. So as far as what I'm excited to do, I mean, just in general, yes, we're a furniture dealer, I think is the category we fall into, but we're really a design studio. We work so close.
I don't buy
those
industry categories. They never fully describe what your company is.
I mean, if you walk into a space and it's not structural, we can do it. I mean, we are so lucky in what we get to do. So, yeah. It's
awesome. I do want to go to the Dutch Brothers headquarters to see that table. That seems it is such an incredible space. I mean, they have a spirit tunnel. They have swing hanging. I mean, there's so many cool things that are happening in that space. Yeah. Yeah. We can make that happen. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah. You drink Diet Coke.
I drink lots of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, there's worse vices for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there's worse things I could do in the world. So, well, Jill, I really appreciate you sitting down with me today.
Oh, this was fun. Thank you for having me.
I love this. You'll have to be back.
Well,
you've got to get, remind me again, the name of the owner.
Michelle Heeb. We'll get her back in here. You'll love
Forward Tilt is a women-owned business, correct?
Woman-owned business. Yep.
Okay.
Talk about tenacious. This woman, man, she just said, you know what? I think I can do it better. Literally took a folding table and a chair. Now, keep in mind, she's been incredibly successful prior to her starting this.
Yeah.
She just knew. She's like, my clients will follow me. I know it. And sure enough, they did. Now she has a 3-story showroom. And I mean, we are doing projects all over the country. And she really solves a problem. That's all. I've never met anyone who can ever just figure it out like that. Like, oh, well, we're just going to do this and boop, boop, boop.
And if you're going to bet on anyone, bet on yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's awesome. Well, you will definitely be back. And
absolutely.
We're going to stop by and I think check out the showroom at some point this week. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Bryan.
And I'll see you soon at your next networking event.
Love that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. And don't forget to check out this Friday's episode of The Checkout. And we will see you next week. This episode of Check-In with Bryan is a production of RH Media Productions, hosted by Bryan Fish, executive producer Tyler Alexander, marketing support provided by Sunny Templar. Thanks for checking in. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss this week's Friday Checkout coming this Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. This edition of The Check-In was recorded at NextSpace Studios. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Reliance Hospitality Global Incorporated or any of its affiliates, partners, or subsidiaries. All content is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be interpreted as professional or legal advice.